And we're live.
This is Tracy.
And this is Sean.
This is Shop Talk. And neither one of us planned to come up with any ideas for permanent segments or discussions. But I thought about it.
Yeah, I got some stuff to discuss. I don't have like
I got
permanent.
yeah.
But
we did get our box.
yeah, we got a box.
I guess we can start there.
Yeah.
Unless you want to start someplace else.
No, I was just going to say that I think that one of the segments that should always be, we should always have a segment with like any type of industry news or anything like that.
Industry news, political or like
mostly
SIG's
firearm
recall.
related, but like the SHARE Act thing that we'll talk about in a little bit, and the SIG
recall on
rifle hammer thing.
Yeah.
That stuff would all be covered under that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, if we're going to separate politics.
And like then like our show and tell stuff, we can do that in a segment, and any other like maybe a tip segment.
Yeah, I plan on working on that. That's something I was working on anyways. So
I think it'll kind of work itself out.
Yeah, it might not be regular every week, all three segments, or you might go a couple of weeks without even seeing one segment, one certain segment.
It might be. Well, if we don't have anything for that segment that week.
Yeah, well, you can only make so much shit up.
Yeah. So
I'll let you show the stuff off since your arms are better than me.
All right. So,
but this is our CH Cadell monthly basic shit hits the fan survival box, designed to have you spend a little bit of money each, a set amount of money each month, and get things that you can put in your go bag, your shelter in place, all that other stuff.
So,
and again, it's like $20, and the value is $49. It's not technically $19.99 is what the basic package costs, and the retail value for this month's box is $49.93, and that'd be to their catalog pricing.
Yeah.
So
you got a
yeah. Or you happen to grab the first thing on the list. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I couldn't find it. It was at the top. Trailblazer individually wrapped glow stick 6-pack.
Yeah. So
they're the short little suckers.
Yeah, it's the little short ones. About like 3.5, 4 inches.
But how long do they say? Does it say how long they glow for or anything?
I don't know, but these are the ones that come in most of the little like car kits and stuff. I got several of these every time I replace my first aid kit.
There's with the exception of the bright white ones, I think most of those go 6-8 hours easy.
Yeah, I think so. Hell, even the ones that you buy in the Halloween section over there, they go long enough that they're still glowing on up in the morning.
Sometimes
the next day after the kids get done with them.
And those are plenty big enough to be seen on the side of the road to light a tent, ambient lighting. You're not reading, but you can if you put it right up to the map or the book.
Yeah.
But ambient lighting, signaling, spinning around, $3.99.
Yeah.
Good thing. It's a 6-pack, so you can divide them up, put a few in each car, a few in each pack. What do you got next? Or you want to? Okay.
Tell me what's on the list.
Trailblazer multi-ring carabiner.
Oh.
And that's a $2.99.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's still here because Bernadette was going to take it with her.
I've seen those in variations on it. It's something I've already been doing for years.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Well, this one's got 3 holes in the bottom with the 3 rings
with the 3 split rings on it. I just pile my split rings on the carabiner. Yeah. Like I said, they just took an idea many of us have had a little further.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's any better because as far as I'm concerned, those holes in that flat spot weaken the carabiner.
Yeah. Of course, you're not going to be doing anything heavy duty with that anyway. I mean,
I don't know, man. One of these little ones I got here is rated like 250 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and I only weigh 140. So yeah, give me some paracord and a couple of these 150, 200-pound carabiners.
Well, we already know
I'm doing some repellent.
We already know that paracord will pull you in your chair pretty good.
using while it's stuck, using another actual gasoline-driven vehicle.
Yeah.
So I have no problem. Give me a couple of these mini carabiners and some paracord. I'm good. But $299, good, pretty good.
Yeah, $299 is about what I would expect for that.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's not. Look, you go and look at what key rings and stuff cost. You're paying that anyway.
Yeah, well, most of like Walmart, Academy, Dick's, they all sell this stuff in there with their camping supplies. Yeah. And I don't know if they have this one specifically with the holes in it and everything, but I know that they sell these little
just the carabiner by itself for $2 or $3.
And I believe I've seen one at one of those places that has key rings on it.
Yeah, they have been around for a little while. I don't know
if it's like this or if they just got them, hanging on there. But yeah, I've seen this similar setup like this, and not that expensive.
No, it's a good idea.
$2-3.
It's a good idea. Keep your keys separated, easy to get to. You can clip them on your purse, your belt loop, hang them on a hook.
Yep.
Clip them on your pet. Yeah, I mean, Black Legion hand chainsaw. It comes in a nice little pouch.
Yeah, comes in a nice little pouch. Says Black Legion on it.
Yeah. Valued at $12.99. It's all not
a little less than I thought it would be because I've seen these things in several catalogs.
Oh yeah, they've been around a long time.
Yeah, they're usually $15-20. Now, this one's actually a little cheaper and it's got a little better handles on it actually than some of the ones I've seen.
And the blade's replaceable easily, it looks like.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I personally am not. That one doesn't look as bad as some of the ones I've seen.
We discussed it earlier that for a lot of stuff, I would rather use the little
wire saw.
The little wire saw. Yeah. But this one is very sharp.
Well, that's good. That makes the chore easier.
Yeah.
You know what? I think with that, if you got two people working,
that probably would not be as bad.
Yeah,
would probably work pretty well.
Yeah, as far as a single man, like I'm with Sean. Give me my wire saw, and at the very least, I can make it into a bow saw. It is what it is. You're going to work with that.
Yeah.
And it's not a real small package.
No.
Not when you think of what you can do with a wire saw, how small of a package and how light and weight-wise. But it all depends on what you want. And like we just discussed, 2 men on that might not be all that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not getting out there with Sean and testing it for you. Now, if Sean wants to find someone, Sean's got a son. You get him and one of his buddies and see how long it takes him to cut out the 10-foot log and chop firewood pieces.
Yeah.
At least 10 inches in diameter, and not dead rotten. Because I really, unless I'm going after shit 6 inches and bigger, I'm not thinking something like that.
Yeah.
A little hatchet,
the
wire saw even.
I may even go back
knife.
to the Air Force survival knife and just baton that thing.
Yeah, I have hacked through a good 4-inch diameter base sapling to make a carry pole for a deer.
Yeah. With
that Air Force survival knife, and it did not take me all that much
Yeah,
I actually did it quicker than I thought I was
yeah.
going to. So, next,
Get this stuff to the side as we go through.
sure. Black Legion 100-foot paracord valued at $7.99. In a 100-foot length, about $7 to $9 is what you pay in most catalogs that I've seen. I've seen some for as little as $6, but they're usually
I was
on
thinking
sale.
$5, $6.
And sometimes
usually
the odd colors.
Yeah, when I pick some up, I usually it's 100 feet of 550, and it's like $6, I think, when I buy some, and that's either getting it from Walmart or from Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they have it anymore though. They used to have it though.
Yeah, I usually wait till it's on sale, and it's usually sometimes odd colors like white or pink or the neon green, and you get it for like $5.99 or
I got all different colors of it at the house.
Yeah,
I bought a bunch of it because I got some jigs.
maybe.
And I just haven't done anything with them. I mean, I got a monkey fish jig. I've got I got a jig that supposed to be able to make bracelets.
First of all, I was a sailor, so knotcraft comes with the territory. Second, macrame was invented by sailors and fishermen. But for some reason, I don't think it was the young men doing it. I'm just saying, to make all that, I mean, you get bored on a sailing ship, you are going to decorate railings and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as and do some macrame, but generally it's, unless you're on a old wooden sailing ship where you literally had nothing to do but sit for days sometimes. Or you're an old man, which I'm getting there, trust me. Arms are going. One day I'll be sitting there making monkey's fists with lead balls in them. Oh wait, that's illegal. They're supposed to be rubber. But so a paracord, always a great thing to have. I guess you can have too much of it, but
I guess you don't do anything with it. Anyway.
Or at least don't replace it every now and again, just in case. Next, waterproof matches, 2-pack, $4.99. Now we got to say go ahead, open them up, open it all the way up. I'm pretty sure they're the extra sulfur long,
probably,
because they're windproof and stuff. But my big bitch about the matches is they don't give you strike on anything anymore, and the strikers get ruined when they hit.
You can't hardly find strike on anything anymore.
You can, but when you do, the tips are shit.
Yeah, these are the ones with the
basically basically a lifeboat match, but not in the approved Coast Guard.
This isn't even the
it's not even a twist. That's water resistant, not waterproof.
Well,
I put
those matches are
wax coated or shellacked.
They're pretty waterproof.
What's nice about those matches is how much they have on them. Is as far as anything. But like I said, those strikers get wet.
The striker gets wet.
They fall off. And then you're screwed.
What I did,
I put a striker on the inside.
That's what I was going to say is that the ones
I got, you want to get real fancy?
Well,
put the striker on the inside of the lid. That's a twist, and put your matches in upside down from that, so they don't when you're twisting the lid on.
Mine have the screw-on lids with the seal in them. I took one from an old pack and took the striker off because the strikers are pretty good as far as. They're not like the strikers on the side of the boxes
matches,
where you'll wear the striker out halfway through the box of matches. They're pretty good strikers. So I took one of the strikers and put it inside. So
I still prefer a good strike on anything.
But you can't hardly find them anymore.
I know, and when you do, I think Blue Diamond's one of the few companies that makes them still, and the tips have gotten
Blue Diamond or Red Diamond?
I don't remember.
It's a diamond of some kind.
But the tips have gotten so freaking small that half of them won't work.
It's like a little
you get one friggin' chance, and it better be you ain't doing it out of real rough rock anymore.
I guess they got tired of people.
Here's one I got that is really old. This was passed down to me. You want to see if you can open that? I had it on my, I did not plan this for the show. I had it on my carabiner because I'm supposed to put it in my vise and get the pliers on it.
Yeah.
Because I cannot get my hands on it hard enough. It twists.
Yeah. Well, in theory, it twists.
And I probably have some really, really good old-fashioned Ohio blue tip matches in there.
Yeah, that's on
okay,
there.
well, maybe I'll take a break here in a little bit and head back there and see what I can do. Yeah, that's got a piece of rubber inner tube for a gasket. Trust me, it might not float, but it ain't getting wet.
Yeah.
Next, after the matches, we have a Bushmaster Survival Buoy.
Yeah.
$9.99. And that's
$9.99.
that's about all I'd
$10
pay for.
knife.
Barely.
Some of the knives that we've had have been like, yeah, that's a value at that price. But I mean, even that big
the
cane, yeah, that
machete,
yeah, that was a value at the price it was. I don't remember how much
$10.
Was it $10?
Yeah.
It was a value. I mean, it was.
Oh yeah. $10. I'd much rather pay $10 for that than what you got.
The handle itself needed some.
There's nothing. There's nothing to rasp and a little.
It really didn't need any smoothing too much. It just needed some oiling.
Yeah.
Or
some
it needed some kind of a good finish on it that was weather resistant.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of a cheaply made.
If it was full tang or rat tail tang, it would have been a much better knife.
Yeah. It's just for the size blade and everything, that needs to be a full tang. And you can tell by the weight of it that tang probably doesn't go any further than that.
No, that's where I'd guess too. And I guess if we drill right where that dot is, we'd probably hit the hole in the tang.
Yeah, that's probably
it's molded around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the handle was not probably made on the knife. They probably made the handle, put the knife in, drove the peg with epoxy in there or something. Now, I will say the serrated part, I like it.
The serrated part is.
I like it if it was a little, that was a little of a full tang knife.
Yeah.
A lot better, but. And the sheath is what it is. It's a nylon sheath. It's to keep you from cutting yourself.
It's got a plastic insert. I can feel it. No, it doesn't.
No, it's just good and stiff.
It's just a good stiff nylon.
I mean, in a way, nylon's better than leather. It doesn't.
Well,
in a way,
good seasoned leather.
Yeah. Well, I can hone my knife on the backside or that rounded edge of my leather sheath. I can't do it on that nylon. Yeah, I mean, if you have no knife, definitely better than no knife, but it's definitely not a first choice for that size knife, not even a second choice. Yeah. As far as we're concerned.
But it's a $10 knife. What do you expect for a $10 knife?
And the last thing, M48 black ammo pouch. Hey, I had it right. Yeah. I didn't even look at it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that before this M48. M48 is decent stuff.
Yeah,
I got a few things.
I have a few things.
That sling pack I got is M48, and I think
in my New York shop,
that may be M48.
In my New York shop, I've sold a few M48. They were one of the few that had the shotgun bandolier.
I've got one of those too. The shotgun.
Yeah.
The full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 25 plus rounds.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, I think it's 25 rounds. I think is what mine is.
Yeah.
And that thing.
Also make
because the thing weighs about 5 pounds without anything in it.
They also make a nice. They also make a nice scarab, shoulder scarab for a shotgun or a lever gun.
Oh yeah. I'll look into that. 30-30.
Yeah, it slings across your back. You like it? Yeah, you just.
Yeah.
Terminator style. Yeah. So all in all, that pouch, Okay,
it's a double pouch. It's
being
not
that it
big.
is built as an ammo pouch, it is perfectly acceptable for that and could do other things
Yeah.
easily.
I still think that it should have the molly on the back.
Yeah. That would be, but
Which I could
you'd
put
pay
molly
more,
on
you'd
that.
pay, yeah, you'd
You
pay
got
more than
A
$6.99
little room
though.
on each side, you could put.
Yeah, you can get your
Put
wife
bumper
and
straps on
I could take that home and sew buttonholes in it so I can put my Alice clips on.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to improve upon it,
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, for holding a bunch of 9mm while you're at the range to reload your mags or a couple mags.
Yeah.
Ear Pro and other things in the little pouch for being as built as an ammo pouch for $6.99, definitely worth it.
You know, you could almost, if that was a little bit deeper, you could put 4 AR mags in there.
Yeah. And a box of 20 rounds.
And 3 Glock mags in that one.
I don't know if they're quite that big. You wouldn't be close.
For a 19,
Yeah.
you'd probably put 3 of them in there. 3 Glock 19 mags.
No. Okay.
This is about the same size as a 19 mag. Not quite, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking the
Because it
same
won't
thing.
fasten.
I'm thinking the same thing with the AR mag. It's going to be just
Well, the
a
AR
little-
mag is a little too long.
Yeah.
I can tell that by just looking at it. It would be, but it was that much longer.
Yeah.
Bet you could.
But I mean, like I said, for a little range bag on your
Yeah.
belt, shooting, that'd be great. 22 in one pouch, 9 or 40 in the other, and
Yeah.
you can shoot a long time.
Or 12 gauge
Yeah,
and your choke tubes.
yeah. I tell you what, I
I
guarantee guarantee you we can get 3 boxes of 9mm 50-round boxes stacked in that pouch.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
easily on the big pouch. So.
Yeah. Although, you know, I don't think that I've ever gone hunting and changed my choke tubes while I was hunting.
Most people don't.
I'm either going
Duck hunting, turkey
Yeah,
hunting, or
turkey,
grouse hunting.
duck,
Yeah, dove. Yeah.
or I usually don't use a shotgun to deer hunt with, so it's the only time I've done that is when I've gone running dogs, and that's been a long time ago.
You don't like working that hard anymore.
No, I
No,
don't
because you were
I
the
don't
young
really
buck
like-
that had to keep up
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't
dogs.
really like running dogs anyway. but,
I'm not a.
I mean,
For rabbits, yes.
yeah,
Pheasant, yes. Deer, not so much.
I know people that do it in a way that's not as,
Unsportsmanlike.
yeah,
And not as
where they pretty much, they just kind of, the dogs just
and
kinda-
not as rude to your neighbors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's like ways you can do it where the dogs just kind of run them out, and then the dogs come back, and then you
The dogs just wake them up and get them
Basically,
moving
yeah,
for
they
you,
just get 'em
not
moving.
not herd them to
Yeah.
you. Or even
Yeah.
worse yet, you got some guys that go out and the dogs actually take the deer down for them
yeah.
and or hold them till they get
We had a dog that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's some of the guys I grew up with that dog hunted, and this being that I was a Yankee and had Southern family, that if they had a dog that did that, the dog didn't make the next hunting season. It didn't
Yeah.
make the end of that hunting season. That was not a good dog.
Oh, she just didn't hunt anymore
Yeah.
after.
Well, I guess
I think it was the
that's
second time
yeah.
she did it actually, but it was the
Yeah.
first time I knew of her doing it. I think that's why the dog was given to me,
yeah.
because I was a kid at the time.
It's like, okay, she's a good dog, but we're not going to hunt with her anymore. Let's make her a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so after that incident, when she took that deer down, nobody had shot that deer either.
Yeah. You know.
She took that deer down. And after that, she became a mama dog.
Yeah. Now see, here's a place where
She had some good pups, though. I mean,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And here's another place: dogs and deer hunting should be actually used. Wounded deer, recover the animal.
yeah,
You know, I mean, it just. But then they do that. There's teams of people up in New York that will do that. You can call them up and you can wound a deer, and they got a license. They're allowed to have that dog on deer tracks with deer guns in the woods.
yeah.
And normally they're dogs that wouldn't be able to run a deer down anyways. They're using dachshunds and stuff like that. You know, occasionally they'll use a bigger dog, but in general it's smaller dogs.
Yeah.
Because they're tracking. That's it.
Yeah.
So, well, all in all, probably not. I wish we have kept better track and kept better track of the cards and made notes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna. I want to say this is probably.
We should have taken a picture of the cards every time.
Yeah.
And like posted it with the.
Well, see, there's.
Yeah.
Because I would have to say this is.
But we have records.
If this would have been
go back and look at the old shows and
if this would have been the very first box we got,
we probably wouldn't have gotten any more boxes.
Yeah, I might have gotten one more to see. Being as we got so many good boxes and a few boxes at that box alone, and you were good to go if you had to.
Oh yeah, there's been a couple of those that box itself would have made a good like emergency kit.
Yeah. Yep, a small one, a beginner one.
Yes, but this one not quite so much. Although paracord, this, and still going to take the matches because I think that right there.
I'm taking matches.
Stuff all that in that bag there. And throw it in the glove box.
Yeah, you're good to go. Yeah,
you're good to go.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not the worst.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
it's not gonna get you out of anything really, but it might help you.
Yeah,
if
it's better than not having anything.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than having to improvise with your cigarette lighter like at a rock concert. Hey, I'm over here. But well, I only got one other thing.
Yeah.
I did get that 1880s 22 short finally firing.
Yeah.
I had to work the face of the hammer back.
Yeah.
To effectively extend the firing pin. I also worked the receiver down just a little. So I got it snapping a cap now.
Yeah.
So now I got to actually dig out my 22 shorts and get some in here and try shooting it. Pretty sure it will be my luck. It'll probably fire on 3 out of the 5 cylinders. Now I have to pull it apart and do some more.
Yeah.
That's about how it goes. But my next one I got about a dozen guns back there that are all in various states. Is a 38 Special Derringer. Not the small frame, it's the medium frame.
Yeah, the one that's been laying on the lathe back there for
a couple of years.
Yeah.
First of all, parts aren't always the easiest to get, and there are a few parts that you just don't want to make, when I'm busy, I don't have the time to make. If someone had replaced the grips already and they do not fit.
Yes.
But they do their job. They cover what they need to.
Yeah.
I had to replace the star of the selector.
Yeah.
For which barrel, alternating the barrels firing. That had to be replaced. There was a small spring in that had been lost. The barrel lock had been lost. That part I was able to buy. Believe it or not, the screw, I think you can get, but I got plenty of blank screws that just need to be shortened and stuff a little. So we're going to use that. The damn part, and we're going to modify this one. We're going to make this one for the D-dents instead of using the little D-dents in here on the lever that would just friction fit, no spring tension, nothing. I'm going to modify this one to use the dedent slots in the locking lug for the barrels and drill a hole and put a spring-loaded ball bearing in there.
Yeah.
Basically 7.5 steel shot
Yeah.
is the size I use because it's steel, it's round, it's cheap, and I get a whole shitload for 20 cents.
Yeah.
And when I cut open a shell.
And probably already have a tin can full of them back there.
Someplace, I got to find it. I have to ask Bernadette.
I think the last time we used one for something, we found one on the edge of one of the workbenches back there.
Yeah. I mean, I've opened up a few shells because of that. We're making the lever, believe it or not, that simple little lever that hooks to that is impossible to find. So I've been hemming and hawing. I had to make one, but I was waiting 2 things. One, time. This is not a priority gun. I'm either going to sell it through the shop or toss it in one of my bags that I keep that and some ammo in. So if all else fails, if I got that bag, I have something. But those little pressed wrenches you get when you buy power equipment.
Oh, yeah.
I hate the damn things. I throw them out. Well, I've saved a couple. And I've been looking for something that I don't have to work the thickness down.
Yeah.
And this happened to be the right thickness. So I'm working on the elongated hole with flats. And after I get that finished and fitted damn near perfect since it's hand filing, then I'll carve out my handle. I won't have the little nubs sticking up on it, but if I want to get real fancy, I can cut and bend a piece up to give a little extra nub, but it is what it is. It's a Derringer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily want the little nub there personally.
Yeah. Well, they're usually kind of rough finished anyway.
They are. Oh, it's usually a little cast zinc piece that breaks. That's why they're hard to get and they're on demand. This one's not going to break, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, one modification as far as the dedent style and making that. Now, I'll probably get fancy and find a nice piece of wood and make my own grip. As far as refinishing it, I don't know. It is what it is. It's like I said, it's going to be for one of my little, something like this, a little pack where I keep some ammo and a few other essential items that, honestly, in my condition in the wheelchair, the only thing I'm going to be able to use is the gun, the ammo, and the knife. But you know what? If I have this and I can use those, someone else might help me out or shoot me with a bigger gun from a longer distance and take my shit. That's why I have a 1919 A4, and I'm going to barricade it in my house and shelter in place. You're going to pay for whatever you're going to end up taking from me.
Yeah.
I believe you touched on what the hell is it? Scope or that whatever.
Oh, the share.
Share. I knew it started with an S.
Yeah. Well, there's so many of those because there's shush or hush or whatever.
I know.
Which this one's the one that's the Sportsman's Package with the Ear Protection Act and the
BML land usage.
Yeah, it's got some stuff that loosens up some restrictions on BLM land and some other like public lands and stuff where giving hunters and fishermen and I guess pretty much all wildlife
end users.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
Wildlife end users. I guarantee you there's one group they're going to cut out or restrict greatly.
But pretty much there's something for pretty much every type of sportsman.
Fishermen will pretty much get their way
in this package because there's things that take restrictions off of the lead ban on tackle
The
and,
thing I've always ignored, and then when they first
yeah,
passed it, I
there's
went out and
like-
bought
yeah,
shitloads
there's
of the
something on
stuff.
there about that, about lightening that up. There's things on there that have to do with, like, field hunters. There's things that have to do with, like, basically brush hunters,
Yeah, now
dog
see,
hunters.
I'm just gonna say, fishermen get pretty much anything they want. And that lead band thing really pissed me off because fly fishermen got to keep their little lead wraps that they put around fly line, but
Yeah.
they eliminated my little split shot.
And those things fall off.
Yeah. Well, they're designed to come off, especially if you get stuck between two rocks real
Yeah.
hard. So the line that comes
They
through,
probably get lost in the river a lot more than shot does, the split shot does, because you pretty much only lose it if you get hung and have to cut your line.
yeah.
But that stuff, it gets
You're fishing for,
or
you're fishing for brim, and that 5-pound bass hits your 4-pound line line with.
But those little wraps get lost even
You
just
drop
when
them.
you're fishing.
Yeah, I mean they come off.
Everything else comes
getting
back and that gets lost.
Yeah, but so they'll get it. The rabbit and bird hunters will get most of what they want.
Well, the thing is,
The
that
big game
this
hunters
is
will
a package.
get. Yeah, I know.
So,
The big game hunters are going to get some stuff. The one group left out of that package, the bow hunters will get stuff. The dog hunters, trappers.
yeah,
The dog hunters are against the trappers.
yeah,
Animal rights activists are against the trappers.
yeah.
Regular hunters won't take up for the trappers. Fishermen are against or don't give a shit about the trappers.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, the trappers take the animals that the rest of them don't.
Yeah.
The rabbit hunters have to thank the trappers because if it weren't for the trapper, there'd be more fox and less rabbits. Plain and simple. Raccoons and stuff would be running around with a lot more rabies if there weren't trappers to control their populations.
Yeah.
Fisheries could be decimated by raccoons.
I mean, there are people that argue
ducks, birds.
when trapping went down here.
Yeah, back in the 70s when the fur prices went to
rabies-
shit.
The rabies cases
Mhm.
skyrocketed after the like
Until it
after-
killed off
Well,
a
there was like
shitload.
regulations that came through
Yeah.
and stuff, and so most of the trappers were like, done.
Yeah.
And it was like the next year, rabies numbers were way up over the previous year.
Yeah, because now you got bigger packs of raccoons. They bump into another pack.
Yeah.
You got
So
more
we saw
fighting.
that here.
You can see that, and
Yeah.
you saw that every place.
Well, this was like a big deal
Yeah.
here, like in the early 80s.
Yeah.
First
It was
regulations
it was,
came
well, it
through.
was also mid-70s when they started throwing paint on $10,000 mink
Yeah.
coats, and half those minks in that coat were farm raised.
Yeah.
But the trappers always get the bottom. From lapdog out in the woods with them, let them off leash and off trail, and next thing you know, someone's little chihuahua crawled into a raccoon bucket and got crushed by a 110 or 220 conibear,
Yeah.
or broke its leg in a number 4 double coil spring trap.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. No one. These non-sportsman type users include hikers and backpackers and campers in that. I don't care. Wildlife photography, y'all got to realize when different bear season, deer season, big game, small game, bird. I mean, you don't want to be pounding the brush with a feather in your cap during pheasant season.
Yeah.
Because it being a wildlife photographer, you're probably gonna get your hat shot off. If you're letting little Fifi run around during trapping season off trail, because most places do have regulations, you've got to be so far off marked trails to set a trap, and it's for that reason because they realize people get out in the woods, they use those leads where the dog can get 20 feet. They recoil and stay, and they get that. Or even a good dog that a person controls, they should be able to keep them within 20 or 30 feet or even 50 feet, you know. But once they get so far off trail, if it's trapping season, you don't really have anybody to blame but yourself. No different than little Fifi falling down a gopher hole.
Yeah. Or
getting off trail and out of your sight and having a hawk, eagle, fox, coyote, bobcat, something grab it. Or little Fifi getting a little too friendly, sniffy with something, and the coon deciding, yeah, I don't like where you just sniffed me, and tearing it up. So, but yeah, I guarantee you trappers are going to be at the bottom of that pile. And it's a shame because they contribute just as much, both financially and to the benefit of the habitat and everything. But what else? I mean, the Hearing Protection Act, what part, how is that wrapped into it, and what is it? Is it a good version or is it a so-so version?
It's the one that, well, there's pretty much only one version of it. And that's the one that removes suppressors from the NFA. But, well, there was another version because there was the one version that just made them another part. And then there's the one that makes them
4473.
This is the one that still makes them have a 4473.
Yeah.
But it's the one that they actually got to move.
And the other one, you know, I'm not gonna, I won't complain too much about that. It's not like gangbangers are flocking to Cabela's or Bass Pro or even shops like ours to buy suppressors, ammo, or accessories. But so it is just more of a burden on the law-abiding firearm owner.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the game is, I'm not going to go there. Not going to say it on air.
The only arguments that the anti-gunners have against it is, now this is actual argument. They're still so loud that you have to have hearing protection. And they're so quiet that you can't hear the gunshot. You got to pick one.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They must be shooting hypersonic ammo.
I don't know what the hell they're doing because, I mean,
yeah.
One,
we're not even gonna give that argument any.
It's loud enough that if you're near enough by,
you know,
you still know that
that
there was a gunshot.
And once people get used to the sound, they will know, yeah, it was a gunshot.
Plus, unless it's a single shot, then you're gonna hear the damn action, which is pretty clanky and loud.
Some guns, yeah. Some guns, the action is even clanky and loud without a suppressor.
And it's quiet enough though that
it falls below the
and
threshold for hearing protection as far as OSHA and stuff is concerned.
The reason for it and the reason that it's necessary is that it's not viable for hunters to wear hearing protection.
Nope.
You need to know.
You need to know where your partner is. You need to be able to hear what's around you, what's approaching game, approaching hiker,
approaching predators.
Yeah.
If you're hunting in bear country.
Yeah. A good example. I was out hunting in the Adirondacks, bear hunting.
Yeah.
And I was coming through some fairly decent woods, but coming up on some thick brush.
Yeah.
And thick enough brush that even a deer is going to make noise going, a rabbit would have made noise going through this shit. And I hear something, and it's getting close to sunset. It was a little scattered overcast, so there were already some good shadowing. And, okay, I hear something. It could be a deer, it could be a bear, it could be it could have been, it could have been a raccoon, it could have been anything. Could have been a big grouse walking or hopping from branch to branch.
Yeah.
I didn't think that. I heard it again. And it was a little closer. I was moving toward it also, but I could also, and then I heard it a third time. I saw the top of the brush moving. And the brush was moving in kind of a weird, meandering pattern coming toward me. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to hold up right here because it looks like it's coming out this direction.
Yeah.
And I'm held up about 20 yards from that brush line, thinking, bear pops its head out. I got myself my critter. And I'm down. I'm down on one knee.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make this shot because I hunt with a single shot. I'm making this sucker count. And all of a sudden, a couple in their late teens, early 20s steps out of the brush.
Yeah.
And I was getting real excited because I could see black.
Yeah.
At the bottom side of the brush moving, coming
Yeah.
out. And I'm, oh yeah. And two people, and they're walking close together. So yeah, that's 4 legs, bear.
Yeah.
You know, so I actually cocked the gun.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting. And then they come out.
Yeah.
And it's people, and my gun flips up in the air and gets uncocked, and I berated them for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Telling them if I was any other hunter than a good hunter, as soon as I saw what looked like black bear legs, I might have pulled the trigger. And they did, though. The one had dark navy blue sweats on, sweatpants and top with a hood.
Yeah.
And the other one had black.
Yeah.
Coming through thick brush during bear season.
Yeah.
Had no idea it was hunting season. One, I blame the federal and state land for not having signs posted when you enter saying hunting season, open.
Yeah.
Or big game hunting season or bear season, open.
Yeah.
You know, that could have gone a little ways to preventing what these young folks did.
Yeah.
They happened to be they were from the state, but they were from the city, and they had been, one was a freshman, the other was a sophomore at a college an hour away. And they came up for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how the hell we got on that.
I don't either.
But being able to hear game and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, you never know what you need to hear.
Yeah.
Because say there was a bear between me and them. And yeah, that hearing might have made the difference between taking a shot quicker or slower, depending on what I see. Maybe the first bear out was going to be a small one. I was waiting for the second one.
Yeah.
Because some of these bears in this area were used to going into town on certain nights of the week.
Yeah.
So they weren't unused to people.
Yeah.
But and not only that, disrupting the wildlife or disrupting that photographer that's 100 yards away getting ready to snap a great picture, and your gun goes off and ruins his picture.
Well, also, a lot of hunting land is
It's being encroached
within
upon.
earshot of,
Suburbs or small cities and towns.
well, even around here, a lot of people have hunting land that is next to there's a farm over there.
Yeah.
And it's far enough away that you're not.
There's no danger
Yeah, there's
shooting
no
the
danger
person
to the
if the
farm.
hunter's being
And,
safe.
and it's probably like a dove field,
Yeah.
right? So you're hunting dove out here in this field. Farmer's field's over there. Got cattle, maybe horses.
Or worse yet, the farmer's young daughter's riding her horse.
Yeah. So
By
you know,
the fence
you're not,
line where you're shooting.
you're not in any way because you're shooting this way
Yeah.
into the air anyway.
With
right?
With sand and gravel.
Gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I can throw it harder than it falls.
Yeah. So you're not in any danger of anything except for the noise.
Yeah.
He would appreciate it if everybody had suppressors on their shotguns.
Yeah, especially dove hunting, because you got 5 guns opening up at once.
Yeah.
And his poor 12-year-old daughter, who it's the first time he let her out by herself, and she's riding by that fence line, and all of a sudden those guns go off, and she's not at a full gallop, at a nice trot. Next thing you know, that horse is jumping sideways 100 feet and hauling ass, and she's getting dragged or thrown.
Yeah.
Or that person that buys that country home that there's nothing around, but it's only a 3 or 5 acre lot.
Well, even if you're not spooking,
Well, no, they're out
anything.
mowing their lawn, and all of a sudden they start hearing shooting.
Yeah.
And they panic and call 911 because they're from the city and have no clue that it's dove season or that people are even allowed to own guns and shoot them.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit extreme, but I'm just thinking about the fact that, you know,
I've seen it happen.
It disturbs the neighbors, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, even though they're not right next door, they're not right next to you, you can still hear it from out there, and it's might be kind of distracting to them if nothing else. So it's just good manners.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't blare your stereo.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I mean, same thing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't throw a loud party with people screaming at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
Even on a Saturday afternoon picnic.
Yeah.
I mean, neighbors put up with it to an extent, but you know.
But overall, the Sheriff Act package, it looks good. It's got something in it for everybody.
Now, what are they going to tack on?
The target shooters are going to be happy with it. The FUDs are going to be happy with it. Pretty much the dove hunters, which, you know, those kind of cover the FUDs, but pretty much everybody's going to be happy with it.
Till someone puts their fingers in that pie and decides, well, we want to add this to get it passed through because we want, and it has nothing to do with that whole package. You know how Congress likes to do.
Yeah.
Or a group's going to be, okay, yeah, we'll pass this, but you got to pass this bill first.
That's what I figure is going to happen because there's this bill that they're trying to create right now to take the place of DACA. Remember DACA, the thing that Obama did?
Yeah.
Which really the way that he did that and what he said about it after he did it
aren't the same thing.
Well, basically what he said was that he said the same thing that Trump said, basically was that Congress needs to do something permanent.
Mm-hmm.
Because what Obama did was he did that executive order thing that created this, which was a Band-Aid.
Yep.
And his intent was for Congress to
take that Band-Aid and strengthen it.
Yeah, they were supposed to create an actual
fix.
Law or a fix that was it wasn't constitutional. So Trump undid that and then did the same thing he did, told Congress to come up with something to
Trump
fix it.
did something the Supreme Court should have done 2 days after Obama signed it, said, oh, wait, no, unconstitutional. Yeah, fuck this shit. But
see, Trump told Congress to come up with something.
Yeah.
So they've got to come up with something to do something about it.
We all know how quick that can happen.
So I figure there may be some wheeling and dealing between these two things because they've pretty much given up on healthcare.
I was gonna say, well, I just heard
they pretty much have like, because people are getting pissed at them about it now. They're like, You're just spending way too much time and money.
You
on
spent
this.
too much time and money. I'm having to spend too much money, and now I can't find fucking decent doctors.
They've probably spent as much time and money on it so far, just in the fact that they've wasted all the money that they've earned during this session,
Fighting them.
as was wasted by people who thought they were going to get cheap insurance.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll let you change the subject, hit the save things. I'm gonna go see if I can't open this.
Okay.
And then I'll be right back.
All right. So let's see.
Might as well hit the pistol again too.
Yeah, the SIG. I don't remember what rifles those were. Let me look that up real quick. SIG. So dead air works real well. So it is limited number of 6-hour rifles. It is the SIG 716 DMR, the SIG 516 carbon fiber, and the SIG M400 Predator. Were built with a 2-stage 6-hour trigger that may have been improperly heat treated. Let's see. If you have a rifle that you may think is affected by this, you need to go to their website and click on the link that takes you to the safety warning. And then you can put your serial number in and it'll let you know if it's one of the ones. Let's see. Or you can call their customer service line. But yeah, you go and plug your rifle serial number in and it'll let you know if it's one of the ones that's basically it's a heat treating issue. So it's a little bit different than the
It's not a safety issue. It's more a mechanical failure issue, possibly.
Yeah,
over
possible
time.
mechanical failure issue.
And it's not a dangerous mechanical failure issue. It's just it's not
Which,
going to function properly.
I've noticed something with the pistol issue. There are a lot of people who do not understand the pistol issue. One, it takes quite a significant
Amount of force.
apparently.
Yeah. To get the kinetic energy moving and the physics to take over. And it has to be just the right
several
angle.
people did YouTube videos trying, and very few of them actually got them to go off.
It's because you got to have the right force and the right angle.
Yeah. And well, some of them may have messed up their primer when they pulled their bullet out of their casing, because they were pulling bullets out of the case and putting it in and using it. I don't know. I'm just saying that could have happened.
I guess.
I don't know. I've known people do that before and couldn't get the thing to go off after that.
Huh.
Like, pulled a bullet and was going to use it as a blank and couldn't get it to go off because
I've never
I
experienced
don't know what
that.
they did to it.
Yeah,
They may have filled it
got
full of water or something.
Or got a little oil in there, or if the primer was still damp, or just the lightest amount of oil in there will. It depends on how long they let them set out before they used them.
That's possible too. But I know that a lot of these guys that tried to do this couldn't get them to go
because it has
off.
to be the right angle and the right amount of force.
Yeah.
A combination of two things, which are hard to control, and something that's falling or you're throwing.
Also, there's a misconception that the XM17 is a SIG P320. The XM17 has a different fire control group.
Yeah. Yep.
It also has a few different other things, but
Yeah.
because, it's got that,
It's
got an external safety.
It's got all the shit the military wants that they don't need.
Crap.
It's actually, it's exactly opposite of what a military gun would have been 75 and 100 years ago.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Most military firearms were made with no safeties.
Well, until the 1911 came along.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's my point. I mean, rifles, machine,
Which would be
most machine guns still don't have safeties. It's a friggin', yeah. Well, that's an older one, but I mean, still, even modern machine guns or modern versions of that machine gun, they don't have safety.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Don't put the belt in and don't cock it and pull the trigger. I mean, but yeah, but SIG's on top of it, and this is not a mandated recall. It is voluntary. So, well, I got it open. It didn't take.
Well, actually, they've changed that because this is a mandatory recall now to replace the hammer and trigger assembly.
Let's see. Oh, look at that. I do got.
Yeah. When I first heard about it, it was not a mandatory recall, but it is now. Oh, you got it open?
Yep.
And well, that's got all kinds of matches in it.
We have two types, 3 Ohio blue tips with tips.
Yeah.
And the rest, believe it or not, out of an MRE.
Yeah.
Book of military matches.
Oh, yeah.
Ripped off. And I know this thing has been stored in good condition. And I know like I said, this is a rather old one. We can check by the name and stuff. It's not new.
Yeah.
It's probably my second cousins. My dad's cousins from Boy Scouts.
It was dry.
Yeah. And wow, look at that.
Park Sherman Company, Springfield, Illinois.
Look at that. I mean, that sucker, that's one thing I liked about the matches we got in MREs. They were good. They were damp proof.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, the matches that came in MREs were.
Yeah, and the damp proofness was real. It worked. Yeah. I mean, so.
I used to keep some of those in the glove box in my car.
I still keep some in various places.
Yeah.
If I remember right, I put these in upright. Oh, that one suffered an injury, probably from manufacturing.
Yeah, probably. That's a fairly common defect to find.
Well, it's not like they use the best wood on these things.
Oh no, they pretty much use the wood that nobody wants for anything else.
Yeah. We'll just shove some of these back down in there. And now it can be passed on to the third generation, my daughter, because it is now open and trying to think of how it got that damn tight to begin with. Well, I had very strong hands and fingers, and I've gotten weaker, so.
Well, that, in fact, you tighten that up and leave it on there, and expansion and contraction.
Yeah, it probably got heated up good once the air kicked out.
Yeah.
So there, we'll make sure that's lightly tightened for now. Had I been in the field, I probably would have had a multi-tool and wrapped something that would have gripped a little better than my hand. Or stepped on it or whatever I had to. I would have got it open.
That and a stick.
Yeah. It would have come open if I needed
wrap it around it, twist the stick up like a tourniquet, get it tight enough on there, and
just something to get it bigger
enough to get you a
and it would give me a bigger grip too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but this is Tracy.
And this is Sean.
Thanks for watching Shop Talk.